Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about a very controversial, very scary, very political conversation. A job! I've been seeing this pop up in Instagram so much, at least the intro, being used by artists and stuff like that. And I already watched, Degenerocity before. So I just wanted to, see what this was all about. So that's like, hey, hey, I'm Malli here. Don't need introduction I really need. Besides that, let's just get right into this. I'm excited to see this.
One of humanity's biggest fears. A job!
Damn, bro, you gotta censor that.
This is a horrifying path that almost everybody will have to eventually face in their life.
Yeah,
whether we like it or not.
yeah.
And most of the time, we don't.
We
But
don't.
Everyone has to get their bread somehow. So we just gotta suck it up and pray that we win the lottery or our parlay hits one day. Because let's be for
The
real,
parlay ain't hitting.
Nobody want a job.
Parlay
unless
ain't
you got real
hitting.
aspirations for a certain type of work. I think most of us, if given a magical opportunity to get paid however much you get paid now and not work that job again, we would take it. Because most of us see
for
jobs
sure.
as a way to get by in life and try to make ends meet. There's no room for you to pursue passions in this economy. You better second guess that art degree and major in business so you can be an executive marketing promoter for a billion-dollar company. But I digress. I'm just saying, I doubt that is most people's passions to work at a 9-to-5 at a warehouse lifting boxes. I don't mean
The
any
Amazon type
disrespect.
job.
Am I wrong? Plus, it's fun being unemployed. As long as you got a roof over your head and don't need to worry about bills, most likely because you still live with your parents, then why would you want a job? That sounds like it's taking away your time from being grandmaster on Rivals and watching reels. That's too much. But eventually, you want to get your own stuff. Young boy tickets ain't free. Or life really hits you in the face and now you actually have bills. So eventually, we all have to get a job. However, you know what's harder than actually deciding to get a job?
Getting a job?
Finding one that hires you. I swear you could send 100 applications to 100 different places and all of them would still ghost you.
My
You think
God.
with how many job openings you see, the businesses are desperate to find people. But nah, it feels like they're posting it as bait just to mess with people or steal your info.
That was so messed up to show the Squid Game's rocks. Oh, I'm still healing from that. No, you're mean.
First job, you're gonna have a harder time because even the quote-unquote entry-level jobs are asking for a qualification of having prior experience. Like, isn't that what this job is for? How is someone supposed to get experience and not be homeless while almost every decent paying job requires that? And trying to apply for a job on LinkedIn or Indeed is like sending your application into a void. I swear none of those people be reading them. You could have the most stacked profile on LinkedIn.
Not the medals.
Masters, discovered the cure for cancer. Then you send in an application for your dream job to your dream company. Then they write back to you saying, we've read your application. Unfortunately, the CEO's daughter has took your position that you applied for, so get the fuck on. Back when I was still applying for jobs, I literally gave up on sending applications on those sites because I'd never get a response back. Like, damn, was my application that bad? Even when your application
Hey, listen, sometimes in person is the way. Sometimes you gotta send it and then go in person and apply, if not ask, to show them that you quote unquote care enough, and maybe even then they'll get you, if it's a local one. If it's a corporate, good luck. Very much just good luck.
Does get noticed and you get set up for an interview, you still gotta go through some more bullshit ass questions. Why did you choose our business? Y'all hiring. Like, what is your main motivation to get your work done?
Money, bro.
Money? What else am I here for? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I don't know.
Hopefully not here. That's just me being honest with my answers. What do you want me to do? Work here for the rest of my life? This is a Wendy's. So you gotta lie with
not the Wendy's.
Ask. You have to make yourself look as good as possible.
Yeah.
So you gotta fake it till you make it. Even if they asked you a stupid question like, would you still work this job even if there was no pay? You say absolutely. I always wanted to be a slave. Congratulations. You have successfully become employed.
Not the slave. They would do that to you though. They would do that to you, low key.
The end of your life starts Tuesday. After starting a job, I feel after the first week, you can find out whether you like it or quit it the next month. And it won't be the job itself to motivate this decision.
It's the people.
It's your boss and coworkers. They can make or break this whole thing. If you happen to get a chill boss and coworkers you can vibe with, that's amazing.
It's not,
that's
yeah,
how
it's
my
good.
last real
It's
job
vibe.
was. I used to be a waiter for weddings and other events. That job low-key had me stressing because I wasn't good at the start. I was awkward taking orders. I would mess up orders. And one time I even dropped a whole tray of food I was carrying at the wedding. Best believe I didn't get tips that day. And what would get me kind of jealous is that some of my coworkers would walk out and carry 2 trays full of food.
Yo, that's some crazy shit.
Like, damn, bro, are you Samoan? Those
Are
trays
you
are
Samoan?
mad heavy and
I don't think Samoans. You know what? Valid.
out of balance. But you know what kept me going? It was the fun time I had with my coworkers and boss. They were cool as hell. We had a carpool to get to the events. It was always
that sounds like a vibe.
They made my experience. Imagine working a 16-hour shift and walking out of it happy. One day I clocked in for a double shift for a wedding and a Sweet 16 at 9:30 a.m. and clocking out at 1:30 a.m. Granted, I was dead after that shift and had to take off my shoes more than once, but I got
More than
$60 worth of
once.
tips and went to Wawa after work, so I felt like Gucci. And I believe I only felt like this because the environment I was around was nice.
It does help.
Sometimes. I've had to serve some aggressive people at some points.
Yeah, it's my birthday today. What can I get out here for free?
He's gonna tell him insult.
You a
Not
bitch.
If I
it.
had trash coworkers or a trash boss, I would have not stayed at that job for long. I have zero patience for bullshit. Literally. Like example, the first job
Not
I've
the
ever had
fucking
in my
no toilet
senior year of high
paper.
school, I was a janitor at a warehouse.
Oh.
I had no coworkers, so I had nobody to talk to, and my boss was not a bad person, but a bad boss. I'd be working shifts that were 2 to 3 hours every few days, cleaning the break rooms, hallways, and bathrooms. So my pay wasn't even that good, but since I was still in school, I was just thinking, I'm making money and I got
It's
more
passive.
time to study and goon. That sounds like a win-win.
I
But
guess,
when
yeah.
payday arrived, I would only be paid for half the hours I worked, sometimes less. I was already barely working as is, combined
that's
with
bad.
a salary of $13 an hour, cleaning up
Isn't
PP
that illegal? Isn't it illegal to not get paid when you're supposed to be paid salary-wise? Isn't that something? Sir, you might have a court case.
and poo-poo. Man, I'm not taking it. Plus, he only paid me through Cash App. You've ever had a job that only paid you through Cash App?
No.
Man, I had to go. I only worked there for a few weeks. He did pay me the rest of the money after, so he cool, but man,
Okay.
warehouse jobs are not it. My patience dwindled faster when I got accepted at BJ's, and I worked there for one day.
Oh,
I asked to
hell
go to
no.
the bathroom and left during orientation. I discovered they weren't what they advertised. How you gonna call yourselves BJ's
Oh
without
my
expecting people
God.
to have certain
Oh my god, no, okay, shut up. I thought he was gonna talk about, like, the restaurant. You probably had, like, a bad coworkers, but no, bro is on the degenerate side of that.
expectations? That's false advertising. So I left. That wasn't really the reason. I just didn't want to work in the freezer. That's when I
Okay,
started
all
my
right,
waiting
thank God.
job, then YouTube, and now here I am. Unemployed since. I'm just saying I can understand the struggles of looking for and having a job. Especially the ones you only take to make ends meet. And the unemployed life can be really fun when you have stuff to fall back on. If not, it will only be short-term satisfaction.
Damn.
Eventually, you have to get a career, deal with any of the shortcomings of it, and do that for the rest of your life. The American dream! So when
American
looking for a
dream.
job, make sure to get one that you like if you have the privilege to do so. That's all I really wanted to say. And in
Oh my
conclusion,
god.
enjoy unemployment while you still can. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on and Scooby-Dooby-Dooby.
What the fuck? Okay, alright. That was a bit goofy outro, I'll tell you that. But that was interesting, alright. Yeah, no, I don't like jobs. I've had a couple, not great. Not great experiences, I'm not gonna lie. I had to work with the dreadful customer service and restaurants, cooking. Both made me hate both co-workers and people. Not good times at all. The bosses, I mean, they weren't mean. They weren't there half the time. Vacation days every 2 weeks. for 1 week and then come back work 2 weeks and then be gone for another vacation day week or vacation week. It's weird. Like I wasn't really, or they said not like they weren't really there. But hey, that's jobs, I guess. Anyways, hope you guys have a good day. And that's gonna be all for me. See ya.